Let's dive into the first topic, decomposing our service. As I explained, it's important to decompose your service to get a clear idea which API endpoints you need to implement to provide the desired functionality to your users. To get into the thought process of decomposing, let's take a step back and compare our service with a computer. A computer, of course, allows users to handle tasks digitally, whereas our RESTful service might expose various services via an API to be used by our, applications, via the command line, by all kind of clients. To get an idea of the components needed in our computer, and those components are comparable with API endpoints in our service, because they define the functionality the final product will offer, I'll start by having a look at the usage of the product. And the usage of this computer here might be that we use it in the office mainly for word processing, spreadsheets, or presentations. Alternatively, we might use it for video editing. Now, these two usages are vastly different and they need different components. Now, in the case of a computer, let's have a look at the orange case, the office machine. We, of course, need a chip, a hard drive, and some memory. We do need the same components when we're talking about video editing, but in a much stronger form, more powerful. We need a stronger chip, a certainly much bigger hard drive, and more memory. Therefore, the choice of the right components is really crucial, and if our goal is to create a computer suited for video editing, we have to think about the configuration needed and each component which might be necessary to make this a good video editing component. For example, this might include using an SSD hard drive instead of a normal one. If we now have a look at our service, again, the usage might vary. We might have a Google Maps-like service or a calendar or meeting scheduler service. Of course, these two services make up a totally different product, even though in the end, both run on a server and have an API which is exposed to us. In the case of Google Maps, for example, we'd expect the components to be a search API endpoint, which allows us to pass some coordinates and get back a street name or something like this. We also want a navigation API endpoint, as well as maybe the possibility to annotate certain map positions. Of course, these components or API endpoints vary if we're looking at a meeting scheduler. Here it would be great if we could create meetings, and it would certainly be helpful if users are able to sign in or sign out to meetings. And as you can see, by decomposing it and thinking about the key features which make up our product for the desired usage, I'm able to derive the API endpoints. And as you probably saw, it is actually really helpful to paraphrase the needs you have here.